I just had a cough catastrophe, a cold drip catastrophe. What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday Morning Live, Season 7, Episode 19. Let me go fix my F up real quick. Guess that's all. I'll be right back. Yeah, microphone was working. Never mind. I'll be right back. It's like a summer show off, but it's outdoors. Hang on yourself. Surprised they're working. Well, they do have a roof now. Surprised they're across the street working today. But they're inside, so. Ugh. Close the door, I guess. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I just put out a video on YouTube about thumb turns. Yes, it was right before live. Yes, it was actually supposed to be 15 minutes prior to live because it was 13 minutes and then you were going to get done watching that and then lead right into live. Or if you're still watching that and you're coming here from that video, hi. Subscribe and you can chat with everybody else. But my timing was off by like 2 minutes thanks to YouTube. Hold on. One more hold up. Well, yeah, one more hold up. We'll get. We're not. We're assembled. That's awesome. Let's get assembled. All right. Watch this. Watch this. Lock force assemble. Hey, are you awake?
Bluetooth mode.
Yeah. This is a bad remote, but where's you know what? I haven't seen the second remote in a while. Where did it go? See, okay, last week I would have been up here with the remote and I would have put it down. And then throughout the week, it probably would have been shuffled. Yeah, I hadn't seen it all week though, because I've cleaned the desk multiple times. And, wasn't here. So it'd only be there, here, or here. Well, hell. There it goes. Yeah, and I have tried changing the battery out. Don't tell me to change the battery out. It doesn't work. The remote sucks. And that sucks because I don't know where the other remote is. Hi. Had to cut it short. Actually, I need to take that faceplate back off. That's not the right one. Yes. Apologies. It was off by like 2 minutes. If you would have instantly clicked on it when the notification came through and started watching it, you still would have been 2 minutes off, 2 or 3 minutes off. My bad. It's all right. It was just a test anyway. But ideally, somebody out there who doesn't know about live, right, is watching that video. And then YouTube, maybe, if YouTube does its thing, they might push them over to this video going, oh, hey, you just watched this video. He's live right now. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but if it does, whatever. Either way, the video will be there after live. That's right. Mississippi Cold Drip. Ooh-wee, let me tell you, that's some good stuff right there. Boom. How is everybody? It's kind of dark because it's dark up there. And in fact, I actually had to pull out my ring light and look ridiculous. Ah, like an Instagram influencer with my ring lights. What's up, Mr. Forbes? What's up, Rune? Nate G, retired butcher boy. Dave A. Douse, what's going on, Willard? Good morning to you. Steven's Eyes. Dang it, Wes in the house. Kevin K, what's up? Happy early Mother's Day to all you moms out there. City Lot, good morning. Mr. T in the house. What's up, Kurt O? J-Bot is here by himself. That's amazing. Welcome, J-Bot. Matthew, what's up? Matt's Lock Shop, what's up? Good morning to you. Miko Wolf. It is sunny where you are. Beautiful Colorado day. I bet it is. I miss Colorado. I miss visiting Colorado. Fred, what's up? GK man, good morning to you. Anthony, oh man, it scrolled. Anthony, what's up? Ken Nixon. Jimmy, what's going on? How are you? Joseph Douglas. Working today. Yeah, we don't. It's been slow. It was slow yesterday and slow today. I had one guy in getting a remote battery, whatever. Ooh, I can go home now. And my back's killing me. So, past couple of weeks we've been kind of finalizing the workbench area over there, and today we're gonna keep on with that trend a little bit. While we have an opportunity, because right now I've got a bunch of spare cylinders that need to be sorted out in the way, and they got moved there a couple of days ago because we had to use last name table, first name Clark for something right there. Let's check in on all the cameras. Cam 4 there is a little wonky, but that's because I had to move it for something else. You'll be all right. So yeah, and last name title, first name Clark served its purpose, so it is going to be put up now. And you know what? I'm finally glad. I'm so glad that I've got that video done, even if I uploaded it and put it public at a weird time, because I've been collecting thumb turns for like a year and a half now. Well, probably longer than that, because I was like, you know what? This is a good video idea. So I put a plastic bin somewhere and wrote or a cardboard box, and I started throwing every good example of a seized up thumb turn. There were plenty of them that ended up just getting thrown out, but I kept a good supply of them for just that video. Got it done. Boom. It was like a year and a half in the, not making, but in the building of it, the idea process. Anyway, whatever. It's thumb turns. Y'all know about it. It's more meant as, you know, if you're a DIYer, try lubricating the damn thing first. You know, that's it. And if it doesn't work, then buy a new one and put a new one in. There you go. Such a minor job for the most part. And if DIYers try it and mess it up, they call you and you can charge more because that damn YouTuber told them how to do it and they just didn't do it right. Right? You can blame me. Hey, Dana Reed, what's up? Hey, Pete Woodfine. Good morning, Alan. Mr. Forbes, headed to make a transit key. If they watch a video while live is on, the channel logo will have a red overlay. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Very good point, Rune. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's a good, neat little thing. So, hey, if you're coming from that video, subscribe. We have more helpful tips. We play with lube often on this channel. Parking lot of the Superior Dome or Superdome? What makes it superior to a Superdome? Inquiring minds want to know. Devo, I don't know if I said hey to you, but hey. So, Yin Yet, good morning to you. James Randolph in the house, what's up? Yeah, you yellered it, all right. Got it, yeller. Padlock is getting ready. The bottom cover plate on padlocks. Bottom cover plate and going fully into their universal key system. So I don't sell padlock, but you're talking about the plate you take off to drop the cylinder out and possibly rekit. Lake Superior. Yeah, Lake Superior is superior to all the other lakes around it, I guess. So that tracks. Superior Lake. Never been there. I hear it's a big lake, though. What's up, Mark? They're so noisy over there this morning. I don't know if y'all saw that. Let's bounce back up front. I don't know if y'all can. Y'all can't really see it. Shoe shop dude's closed today, so I'm parked out here. And it's flooded. My normal parking spot down the street is under like this much water. To get in and out of my vehicle, I would have had to have soaked my shoes. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna park over here today. Oh, dude, let's turn you on. I don't think this thing connected at all. Oh, you know what? Hey! I forgot all about this. Once y'all start talking about food, got me some meat sticks. I'm gonna eat me a meat stick. It's not a, you know, Slim Jim, but it's a meat stick that looks like a Slim Jim. Oh, historical facts. It's in Marquette, Michigan, which is a big, deep lake, and it's always cold, like damn cold. Exactly. That's why I really don't ever want to see it. It just sounds like cold. Looks cold. I see videos, you know. Hey, JBot, I didn't do that. Deploy pontoons. They vacuumed that thing out. I don't know why it clogs up so bad. Yeah, I do. It's because people throw shit down in there. And it's like the sink point of everything. So everything from up the street flows down into that drain, and it clogs up all the time. There was actually like concrete and rocks in there, so I'm sure the section, oh my God, I would be so horrified if that had to happen. But now that I'm talking about it, I'm sure the section from there to pretty much in front of the cleaners is full of a lot of debris, just causing it to clog up. So, you know, our public works department is not sophisticated enough to like do it without tearing up the whole street and everything involved, and then leaving it in shambles for months at a time. So let's hope it's not that, but they do need to get the sucker truck down here to suck it out again, at least. Gumby may be sleeping. 2:15 in Australia. I'm glad you're able to join in. I appreciate that. Oh, boom. Let's bounce back to the screen. Boom. 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 Yes, that's right. These were unveiled to our Lockforce.store members recently. Mine's in my truck. I stamped mine. Yeah, Lockforce door marker right there. Soon to be. So Lockforce store members are getting one for free. But, yeah. Next up, Lishy clamp jiggy thing. Working on it now, as a matter of fact. Again. Now and again. The last 3 people that I've gotten with on that have not been very accommodating to it. So I feel like I got a FU price from several different local people. But, boom, Lockforce door marker. Door marker. Literally just a bent folded piece of steel, but with appropriate cutouts. So, it will be available soon. For sale. Not looking to make millions on it by any means, but for those who do want to get one, I just gave a couple to IDN, who's going to look into possibly getting them from me and reselling them as well. This wasn't quite ready for that, but he literally showed up the same day that my sales rep came in, and I showed them to him. He took a few original stamped ones, and then I gave a couple to my door guys that are always here bringing in locks to rekey, and said, here you go. I just handed it to him, didn't tell him what it was. I'm thinking about getting stamps and stamping the markings on them, is what was recommended to me, and I really want to do that. But first production run, everybody's going to get, well, most everybody. I'm going to stamp a couple for some people who want them stamped with my hands. But, yeah. 1 inch wide. Boop. Anyway. Only $29.99 each. Backs up marker. Get a laser mimer. You know, I asked my production about that, and they were like, the way we do it, it's not really gonna show up right. As far as me purchasing a laser to do it myself, no. But, you know, everything about that adds to the price, okay? So let's just be real here. I can sell those for super cheap to you, or I could buy some custom stamps and sell them to a little bit more. Or I could buy a laser machine and sell them to you for a lot more. Either which way, markings have to be paid for one way or another, right? So yeah, I'm working on that. Right now they're blank. And when I handed it, if you've ever installed a deadbolt, I handed it to my door guy and he was like, oh, okay, 2 3/8, 2 3/4. I was like, yep. And then he looked at the other edge. He goes, oh, thin door, thick door. I said, yep. He goes, I get it. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to pick up. But as my sales rep said, he was like, yeah, some people still need a little bit of help. I was thinking about making some stickers maybe and just putting instructions on them, because if you don't know, which would be the cheapest way, honestly, but if you don't know how to do it, and I was like, the sticker might rub off. He said, yes, but if you get one and you once you figure it out by the instructions on the sticker, if it rubs off, it doesn't matter. But then I'm like, adhesive residue is a real irritation to me. So I think that would be irritating more so than permanent markings, but permanent markings would cost a lot more. So anyway, there's about 38 of them. Y'all crazy. 40 people from the Lockforce store who are our members who support the channel, help with things like this. Y'all are getting one for free, and we're going to be slowly shipping them out. We've got boxes coming in for them. The rest of the first production run, which was only 50, that is left, which actually, now that I've taken a couple, I've given out about 5 here locally and to the distributor. So, first production run will probably only be about 4. I did get some with stainless steel, though. Ooh. I got 5 of them in thin stainless steel. I might try. It's way more expensive, though. Way cooler, but way more expensive. So I don't know. I'm thinking about offering them in both. I'm gonna test them. I gotta go drill some damn holes in some doors. All right, but yeah, a label and a sticker. I just don't wanna. I don't wanna. Printed instructions with an elastic band. Yeah, that would be the cheapest way to do it. Or one larger lot. I mean, if it comes to it, and we decide to go let IDN resell them, then yes, if they buy a batch, then we can work it out. And I don't have room for a laser marker. It'd be super cool to have one, though, wouldn't it? So, anybody got a laser marker that would actually work? In fact, our sales rep was like, we'll be glad to sell you a machine that'll laser mark it. I was like, yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would. But see, the stainless steel, it may not laser mark the same way on stainless versus galvanized steel. Either which way, it adds to the cost. They're super cheap now. Yeah. Start stamping things, it's more expensive. And they can give it out at trade shows. Yeah, he said they could put them up front at all the counters and stuff. So hopefully they'll be for sale. In super limited supply. Probably in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, because we're gonna mail them out. We got to get the count. We got to get the boxes in, get them packaged up, get them sent out to our Lockforce store members, and then they'll go in the store. So there'll be a video. You'll know because we'll have a video out on it. Baggie with instructions. You lost it when I've stepped on them. I would honestly buy 2 or 3, and Kim was like, if we buy the right size, too small of a box. Which turns out you have to have a minimum size to ship. They get bent, twisted. I've had to purchase several in the past, and now that they're no longer available, that version or whatever is no longer available. There's one that's super tall by another company that's fully laser marked. None of that's necessary. To any experienced deadbolt installer, you can pick it up and go, oh. Or go hold it up to the door and go, oh, that's what that dang thing is. A QR code. I thought about the QR code. Yeah. leading to the video. It's an idea. I did the QR codes for the pins. If they can't fit, thank you, Glenn. That's what I'm talking about. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, you have no business. If you can't figure out what this is for, with a hint, even with a small hint, go over to IKEA house. Ooh, have fun with that. Why not a small bubble wrap, ship them in USP? We're getting specific size boxes for them. And gonna go through stamps through the same way we send out other stuff. How many times would an average person need to use one to remember the two values? Like once? With the blue guy sticker. The blue guy sticker pointing. There it is. So yeah, once we get a figure up there, I would personally buy two. Because again, it's handy to have them in a couple of different spots. They get lost, they get stepped on when they're sitting off to the side and bent up, and you can rebend them. It's just galvanized steel. But very handy guy to have. Faux show. And these are chamfered just a little bit. They're still sharp as hell. Yeah, this is definitely a danger tool too, so you gotta watch that. They do look good with my stamp across the top. I was thinking about ordering them from the Steel Stamps place. I've done a video in the past on them. If you need business stamps, they're the place to go. But thought about getting with them and just doing lock force door marker across the top, 2 3/8, 2 3/4, and then me just hand stamping every one, which would get tedious if I sold, a bunch of them at once. And not as precise. It'd be too varied. And then I'd also have to get an 1 3/8, an 1 3/4 stamp for that. So that's 5 custom stamps for it, which is like $300 worth of stamps. And a lot of extra time, I might add. It'd be super easy if you had one that, like, you could lay them all out side by side and then have a laser that did them all. Ideally, you would do that right before you did anything, unless I don't know how. I don't know what manufacturing process is used there, but least costly. Yeah, I would hate to have to hand stamp. Like if IDN, for instance, said, "Hey, let's get us 500 of them, and we'll get 100 or so at each location," I'd be like, "Eh, Wes, come here, come here, Wes." That would not be fun. What's up, Evan? From I'm probably gonna. I horribly mispronounce things because I'm Southern. I'm allowed to. Fuquay. I call the QUA part Quay. So I would say Fuquay. Where are you going, bro? You better be getting your cleaning. Welcome to the stream. However you pronounce that. Fuquay Varina. Oh, Fuquay Varina. It's very French sounding. Is it a French area? North Carolina. Up there in Lockpicking Patrolman's area. Well, I don't know if you're close to him, but most all locks come with a template. Yeah, this is just a replacement for a paper template. Oh, back pain too, right? High five. Mine's like right there. Oh my God. And stretching helps a little bit. I got to do some callus bending, something bending. Fuquay. Okay, Fuquay. Thank you for that pronunciation. Fuquay. Still sounds French. Missed the story. Those used to be an easily existing product, but they seem to be not anymore and are missing from said website. So presumably they're gone. I don't know. They've been gone. They've been unavailable for me. I've been trying to buy one for several months now, and now they're not. So these are different in the fact that they're 1 inch wide. It's very easier. It's much easier for them to fit in like a. In my use case would be like these Husky whatever toolboxes. It fits in certain slots and stuff better. Yeah, but other than that, it's 2 3/8, 2 3/4 markings, and yeah, it's I don't know. We've talked about that. They're going to investigate that, so we don't know. For all intents and purposes, it is not listed on anybody's website anymore. Any person who used to may have made them in the past, or if there are plans for them to make them in the future, or if there are going to be any issues involved. We don't know that. That's why I'm just giving them away right now. And I mean, again, it's not a huge item. I have no idea why they were discontinued, but patents have been searched. Nothing is showing for a folded piece of metal with markings on it. And, you know, it's different. That's all I can say. You snooze, you lose, man. Damn. I want them. You know what? If I can't, you know what? Then I'll just give them all the freaking away. Actually, honestly, there's more. There's 38, 40. You know, honestly, these are all going to be given away. None of these are probably going to be sold because they were all like gifts for everybody. And those, there are a few people, a few of y'all who have been longtime supporters of the channel, who are for some that's not part of the Lock4 store. So we do have a couple of people in the general ranks who are going to get one. Overseas people, aside from Canada, anybody overseas, y'all have, you know, it's not metric. I don't know if it matches up to any site. I don't think y'all would need those, right? Rune probably would never have a use for it, I guess. Australia people would probably never have a use for them. Different measurements all the way around, right? I don't know. So I don't think it would be a huge, you know. Boom! Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. We appreciate the super chats to the channel. Help pay for the shipping. So what I'll probably do is, because I do have some Lock4 store members who are part of the international crowd. So what I'm probably going to do is going to be like, hey, do y'all, you know, I'm going to kind of, I don't know. 2 3/8, 2 3/4, whatever that transfers to. If you do have similar back sets, I guess you could. It's literally just putting a mark on a door at those spots. So if you have a 80 millimeter or whatever y'all want to compare a 2 3/8 to, probably much more than 80. You know what I mean? I don't think you'd have a use for them. Canada, yeah, because Canadas are mostly similar. But anywhere else in the world does not use, I mean, that's kind of a U.S. thing. So anyway, long story short, it'd mostly be, unless you think you have a use for one. Rune would ask if you have it in metric marking. I don't know what metric markings they use or if they are actually the same and just, I don't know. Rune, you would know that. Mr. Metric, come here. Rune, wake up. It's actual different. I know it would need to be a metric, but it's 2 3/8 is what millimeter, and is that a millimeter that y'all use? If it's not a millimeter used, then yeah, it'd be useless. Pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, and they plus what you say. Yeah, what you say. Hey,
What's going on, man?
thanks, sir.
All right, appreciate you.
Have a good one.
That's all you do design.
Yeah, that, and aside from that, the whole world shipments thing is making it very difficult. You know, about the only thing we can get out now is stickers and stuff. Even like pens has gotten ridiculous. Chattanooga. For those of you who are non-Americans, friendly neighborhood mailman. Chuck, 2 and 3/8 is about 60.325 millimeters. I love it. Is that a standard measurement for y'all? That's great. 60.325. Yes, please install this lock. It's 60.325 489999643. 0.4 millimeters. Yeah, that's funny. I doubt you use that size. You know what? What's funny is there's a whole fucking page of them. In case you didn't know. Oh, there was an earthquake up there? Oh, hold on. Dave shook your house? We have earthquakes here, but they don't really shake our houses. They're baby earthquakes. And they're mostly kind of a little bit up north. Not very far, but they're such light. I can't recall ever feeling the earth shake beneath my feet. 4.1. Nope. Mm-mm. Oh, 60.325. I can do that with my eyes closed and one hand tied behind my back. Yeah, 2.0. Hopefully they stay that way too. Yeah, that's why I was showing you how prevalent it is. Hey, that's literally just one page of one brand. Glocks. This page after page after page. Hey,
Hello, how are you?
good.
I'm Cat Miner, and you put on my pictures, my cameras and my thing, a lock on my
to cheap batteries.
Do you have them?
Uh,
No, if you don't sell them, I'll get one of this. I'll get one.
I
of
don't.
them.
Yeah. Just get Energizer or Duracell. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one. Had to show her how to change a battery in a schlaggy lock. Mark's Aussie. Yeah. Hey, I had Aussie in here this morning. Asshole took my parking place after coming in to the bloke came in and took my parking place. I was like, mate, just come in and ask a silly question about a watch. We're a locksmith. We can't fix your watch. And then he buggers off across the street to get some coffee. As close as I'm going to come to slaughtering your dialect. Heavy accent, too. It was like heavy Australian accent. What's up, John? Everybody locked themselves out here. I had that the other day. The whole neighborhood full. Just everybody called at once. I was like, how does this happen? How do 4 different people in 4 different areas in the same neighborhood, which is fairly large and spread out, but how does that even happen? John, do we service Medico? We do not. I've never been a Medico. Never been a Medico fan. Service plenty of the old Medico, but not any of the new stuff. We have our own high security, so no, never really cared for Medico. Period. No shoe repair, no watch repair. I have thought about going over to Dark Arts channel and quickly learning some kind of epitaph or diss to lay on him when he came back out. You know, get my lingo right beforehand, but I didn't have a chance. He was gone for like 30 minutes. Thank you, J-Bot, for doing your thing. And thank you, Justin T, for the super chat. I appreciate it. How you been? How you been? Justin T is actually one of those that's going to get one of these neato things here. Blah. Not for that, but for prior sending me cool tools. I got to send him a cool tool. I have Flipper Zero too. Thank you, Dang It West, for that again. And I use it every so often for weirdo things. It's like one of those annoying tools that you have to keep charged up because sometimes you don't use it often enough, and then when you go to use it, it's dead. So in reality, it just hangs out on in your bag, you know. And also, I had to put mine in a plastic bag because I noticed the screen was getting scratched up. The screen scratches really easily. And I never bought any screen protection or anything for it. So I just kind of slipped it into a plastic bag in the meantime to protect it in my bag. But it really needs its own little soft velvety case. What you doing, bro? What's up, Jay? Yeah, though, but we hadn't, yeah. Uh, Freaking the T word. I'm so sick of the T word. I hate to look at the prices of certain things nowadays, all right? You have a momentary key switch you're trying to convert to a maintained switch. I've got tubular key switches, but if you're talking about a mortar cylinder, you would just switch the mortar cylinder to the new one, to the new switch style. Some of them are rewirable too, but no. Watch for Bush Barbie for X. Watch Bush Barbie for accent. Okay. Crown Royal bags. It's too big. I need it to be form fitting. It's like I'm gonna have to go find a form fitting a sock for my flipper. Right now it just sits, like I said, in a plastic bag, which works. I don't know how well it would protect it if something hit the screen really hard, but I was very disappointed when I pulled it out of my bag one day and noticed that my flashlight or something had rubbed up against it and scratched the screen. Pissed me off. I need to get the, what is it? We've just been sitting here talking for a while. We need to go over. We need to go over there. So let me get that wired up real quick. We'll go check out the workbench to validate our existence as locksmithing channel today. We're gonna do some kind of locksmith crap, and we hadn't really done anything yet. So let me go do that, and y'all can just watch. The little bottle have little bay. You're right. Do they? I've never bought a little bottle of Crown Royal. I find it kind of ridiculous. It's a big bottle, but I didn't know they had little tiny bags. Are you serious? Crown Royal has the baby Crown Royals. I did not know they had little baby. No, they don't. Dang it, West, do they? Do ours? That's regional. It's got to be regional. I don't think ours have baby bags. If ours had baby bags, that would be awesome. And I'm going to the liquor store tonight to get a baby bag. But I don't think ours the babies come with bags. It'd be easier just to get a literal made for case from Amazon or something. Possibly. I don't know. I've never seen a baby bag before. You buy the little bottles for the little bags. So I just learned something new today. Really? I've never seen a baby purple bag. Are they purple? I don't buy the small bottles either. Thank you, Gumby. You've never seen one either. This is amazing. Tell us more about these baby bottle bags, baby Crown Royal bags. I wouldn't think for that they would go to the trouble. Collecting the different, I'll be damned. That's got to be regional. I've never seen a baby bottle bag. Baby bottle bag. Are they purple? Are they purple baby bottle bags? Can you get? Do they have green? You just said that you're collecting all the colors. Oh my God. They did not know they made baby bottle bags. That is ridiculous. We're gonna go ahead and pull this fella down since he's being silly anyway. Which way is that? South. I mean, I don't drink that much. I used to be a heavier drinker. I used to be a super heavy drinker, and then as I got older and older, I realized that I just really wasn't into drinking. So I might joke about drinking and stuff, but I very rarely drink. Dang, Wes can attest to that. Yeah, It's just like, meh. Purple, green. Are you talking about big bags, though? I've got purple, green, orange. I didn't know there was an orange. Black. Don't forget the black. I've got a black bag. That's the Crown Royal Dark or whatever it is. So they have. I know they have a black bag. Purple, green. I've seen orange. I didn't know. Light tarnish. I don't know about that, but I definitely have gotten a black bag, a purple bag, and green. But I've never seen orange and light tarnish, and I've never seen babies any color. So super weird. I'm literally gonna go check this afternoon on the way home. Some of the stores around here say sell the baby bottles without the box. The ones who sell the baby bottles in the box include a baby bag. So I gotta look for the ones in the box. Now they're probably yanking them out of the box and just selling the bottles and keeping all the baby bags for themselves. That's what they're doing. Selling them bastards on eBay. As I said, my vodka infused. Funny story. You can't really see it, but the people who are taking over the spot across the street, it's a booty tiki. Booty tiki. Yeah, that camera's about to move. It's okay. He'll be all right. He's not dead. He's still there. But the booty tiki is moving in across the street right there. Shit, front. Yeah, in the green building right there beside the van. Why are you so zoomed in? Dang! I never zoomed you out, did I? Okay. Let's fix that. You can't see it because of the door. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you a little bit. Let's bounce back over to the split screen. We'll bring this guy back up, and you're not going to hear me talking very well, but so they have spent the last 2 days scraping that guy. And that's as far as they got. They got the center done, and the center was obviously much easier than the right-hand side. There was also Studio Cheney written all the way across the bottom where the clothing sign was. And what I found fascinating, and I didn't pay much attention to them yesterday because it started raining then, they had already stickered timeless, and then something else, and then clothing. Stenciled it across the bottom, or done the sticker thing. And it was already done, and now timeless, and then the other word in the middle is now gone. So they scraped it off. And he literally, I kind of feel bad for his wrist because they started on it Thursday around 1 o'clock. Worked on it in the blazing heat. The sun was hitting them all afternoon. He worked until like 6 o'clock on it, getting the bottom off, and then couldn't do anything with the top on that side. Did the center, and then started back on that. That little swatch right there that he did literally took one guy all day to do, for the most part. Super stuck on there. Kim's theory is that's where the sun hit the hardest, and it just baked it so hard onto the window. I don't think they expected that when they quoted it. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things they're like, oh, yeah, we can scrape that right off for you. Scraping it off will be, you know, $500, whatever. And then they get into it, and 8 days later, something that they charge $500 for turns out to be literally like $30,000 worth of work. Well, not quite that much, but you know what I mean. I think they got severely screwed because they did not realize how bad it was going to. Booty tiki. Booty tiki! Yeah, all right. Let me get this camera fixed. Okay, I know I don't have the microphone up over there, but let's see. Yep, we're good. Bench. Whoa, Workbench does not exist yet. Wait a minute. We're going to wait a second. Cheaper to replace the glass. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. I don't know if you've had to replace glass lately, but it is ridiculous. That piece of glass is probably $2,000. It's crazy. Trust me, we've had a lot of fucking broken glass around here. But on a side note, the glass does come out easy. Because he's had to remove, the guy that moved out of there had big equipment, and they had to pull the glass out to get the big equipment in and out. So, on a side note, it may not be as bad. You know, they're still pretty big windows. So, I wouldn't think they'd be less than 1,000 a pop. There's 3 of them. I never saw them with the heat gun. It was nothing but scraping. And you know what? Scraping can actually scratch the window with just a regular razor blade. So no telling how scratched up it is. Kim and I were laughing about it because there's literally, that was there for a reason. Because the sun bakes that place in the afternoon. And they're going to totally regret doing that. I can guarantee you, 2 months from now, they're going to be paying to get that redone with another type of tint. We just sat out there shaking our head like, oh, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. But you know what? People learn. It's like, you know, you'd think you would come over and be like, hey, is there anything I should know? Yeah, what are you planning on? Are you planning on scraping that off? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't scrape that off. You're going to be miserable in there in the summertime. Okay, go right ahead. Jason doesn't know what he's talking about. No. Okay, I gotta go do this. For all intents and purposes, since it's a booty tiki, then they may be putting up some kind of fancy drapes or something in there too. That's always a possibility. I would still have left the tent. Okay, I think we're hooked up. We're ready to go. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, it was clean. Y'all remember it being clean, right? It was clean. Is it my imagination? Is this real? Yeah, it was clean, but now it's not clean, so we gotta fix that. And we're gonna go ahead and grab the mobile comment section here before I go, and make sure the mic over there is working appropriately. We never did see if this was up. It is off, so let's knock that down.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Fix that just in case dang Wes or Rune need to send out a warning to me. As usual, the music and stuff is not really active, so it's just for mod use here in case we get a camera microphone failure or something like that. Let's see, where are you? Disconnect.
The Bluetooth device is disconnected.
And connect.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Thank you. Yep. And lastly, yep. Just loud enough to scare the shit out of me if somebody fires it off. You see thumb turns on the bench? Yes, that was an after video when I realized that I had to have an example. And I didn't want the video to be longer, so I just had to do a little layover with that. I know, I miss J music too. But you know what? Come to find out, it's getting even harder right now to locate free music. Some of the programs that I've been using, I just noticed, severely cut theirs as well. And that stupid ass short that I did on the colored keys, the happy keys, I had to re-edit the whole thing because a GoPro original never licensed. No problem using this. Easily monetizable. No blockage. Guess what? Blocked it. And the way it was built into it, it wouldn't let me change it. And I had to re-edit the whole effing video, and I was so pissed off at it. It was just like, nope. Wrong one. Actually, let's pull that back up and let's grab it. Bring it over here so we can see what's going on. And we really don't need this spot, do we? No, yeah, let's bring this down here. Let's take away Elgato. Put that up there. That is, what is that? What am I trying to say here? Yes, but I can't get it in. The problem with the YouTube music library is I can't get it into certain other programs. And certain other programs require it to be embedded into their it's much harder than it used to be. Let's just put it that way. I hate doing it too. I hate music so much. I'm trying to figure out, oh well, should we do elevator crap? In the end, I ended up being like, it's all elevator crap music, you know, so most of it. The bejizzy cam, why is that there? Okay, can y'all even read that chat on the screen? Is there any point in having that chat on the screen? All right, shifting over to the other mic, and we got everything, I think. Let's go ahead and get rid of Elgato here. And we're going to switch mics now to the work camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, gone. And that is the work camera, me yelling over at it from the captain's chair. Okay. Let me get the mobile comment section up here. I want to show y'all something that I ordered too. Pretty awesome, man. No, quiet. Mic is good. Okay, yeah, that's here. Yeah, I really like that corner to be rounded a little bit on this, but that's okay. All right. Right there. All right, so and that could be smaller. Hold on. Now that I see it on a different screen. Get rid of my big old head in the whole way. This was sitting where my camera is right now. I had ordered. Can you see it? Can you see it right? No, you can't see it, can you? Here, let me turn this a little bit. You probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway. But right there. It's a whole new rig for overhead. When I do my videos over the machine there, that's for that. So really right now is I'm trying to plot out.
Super chatted with 4.99. They said for Apple, just in case.
Thank you, Gumby, for the super chat. I appreciate that. You rock. For Apple, just in case. Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed on the cameras. For overhead, so I can overhead and not have to move crap around. So now I've got like a forest of arm things everywhere in the shop, up to and including that one. And I'm actually missing a piece. Where's the other piece? It's even super cooler than that. Where'd it go? Oh. Like, there's a whole other ass piece that, like, connects to it and can swivel. So, hey! Easier to do overhead video. I can just move the camera back and forth instead of having to set up a rig every time. This was kind of just look at that. There's a GM ignition.
Locksmith just super chatted with 2. They said Jason has a small pee-pee.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Thank you today for the super chat. I appreciate all insulting super chats. I can deal with it. Ooh, what happened? Did y'all see? Oh, the camera was pointing the wrong way. Almost had a wreck yesterday, too. I did get a new Floby. Yes, AI chat will do that. Pencil. Let's go ahead and get rid of these things. Because I need to get rid of this in particular. I don't really have anywhere... What the heck is that? Out of... It does not look like an antique. It looks like more of a modern one. So we're going to toss this over here with the various mortise locks. Good zip tie. And let's move these to the front counter. Garbage. Man, you know what that is? The big ass plug follower. It's actually a hollow door stabilizer. I'm not quite sure of its intended usage, but never seen one in use. Hollow. These guys can go right there. Zip tie. This can go right here. It's more of a... We'll put this over here too. That's a good ring. That's a good pen. All right, so we got various okay. is a roll pin. Do I have a, excuse me, roll pin? Yep. Oop. Might as well throw that out. Look how sad that is. I'm so worn out. I don't know why I keep it. This is actually one of those geared thumb turns. But I was like, oh, it's hollow. It could be used as a follower, a gotcha follower, right? And then this guy that I've never, old school logo. I never did get this tool. It's, in theory, but it didn't do what the theory was supposed to be. It just didn't work right. Like, it looks like useful. I don't know. Has anybody ever used one of those? I think there was another tool that went with it.
Just super chatted with 5. They said you did not see graphite because it wasn't there.
You did not see. I was actually working on one of those last night. I ran across some new footage because I'm having to delete old footage off my phone. And I ran across some graphite footage, and I started in on the graphite. What's it going to be, 9 now? Graphite 9. Yeah, there's another tool that was slid on this and then, like, load a cylinder. I no telling where that tool went, so I don't know why I even keep that, but... And there's the, the case for the hollow brass followers. Came in a case that in itself is a hollow brass follower. You can't really throw that out, even though I'm never going to put them all back in the case. Spanner. Well, that can go about right there. Okay. Yay. We've got a bin full of Allen wrenches right here. And this guy. You know, my hoarding ass needs to get rid of that, don't I? I'm thinking I do. I'm thinking I do. Let's do it. It's going away. It's aluminum. Yeah. It's gone. Forevermore. I'll dig it back out later. Thank you, Ryan Bradley, for the super chat. I appreciate that. You did not see graphite because it is not there. And then more random plug followers. Now that I have my beautiful and spacious plug holder, I need to make room for it now. So that's ideally that I just took away. This is going to eventually get put somewhere over there. Hit the camera. In the meantime, we'll just keep you right there. So basically what I have up here left was just brought over here. Thumb turn video is done, thank goodness. Hey, I don't know if y'all noticed or if you've watched it, but GMS thumb turns while we're here, behind the scenes of the thumb turn video, which you should watch totally after this video is done, after this live is done. Whoa, hey, So, interestingly enough, GMSs, if you don't ever take these apart and you just switch them out, and I know a lot of y'all are like, for the Locksmith crowd, we replace them. We don't open them up and try to finagle around and repair these things. As a locksmith company, you just replace it. That's why you carry these in abundance if you do any kind of commercial work. But the GMS version, hold still, camera. The GMS version here, the ball bearing is in there, spring loaded, and it forces down into the plug. Where'd the plug go? Where'd the plug go? Into a groove that's double drilled or something. And then I don't know if this groove is actually just from use. I would assume that's just from use. So in that video, I talk about how it wears down. I'm assuming if this is, I guess we could take apart a brand new one and see. But I would guess that the ball bearing pushing down is causing that groove to happen. And in the LSDA versions, the ball bearing is there pushing up into just a regular mortise cylinder. And they just took the plug and drilled a hole and attached this and boop. Pretty simple stuff, but yeah, I mean, really, I saved my balls. I'm going to save the balls. All right. In fact, I've got a container right here of balls. Do you have a container of balls? So this is cast, y'all. Cast. Brass. Cast. You can tell it's got a little cast. And cast. So these will go in the brass. Actually, I don't know if this is considered brass or not. It's really different depending on a whole lot of factors. That looks like brass. Mobile comments. Missing the wedgie. Old tools I will need 2 minutes after I get rid of. I've got that box right here or here. It's not every day I show you my balls. Look at that old fella. Okay, so we have, if we move this back a little bit, ooh, look at that. Kind of just threw stuff back in the spot. But I did have LSDA-wise, there were deadbolt cylinders, brass up there. Do I have my ladder here? Where the hell's my ladder? So I've got a box of LSDA brass cylinders. What is the bigger thing we can get rid of here? Sergeant, that's a good cylinder. We need to put that back together, as a matter of fact. Let's just go ahead. I mean, I could sell that as a used cylinder, I guess. So let me go ahead and just 0-bit this guy, I guess, and get it back together. Is that what y'all would do? It's usually what I do is 0-bit stuff and then write a 0 on the back of it. I was using it for a test for somebody's. So 0 would be like 165 probably. Boop. Yeah. It jumped up my fingers. Alright, so we're going to 0-bit this and throw it in. I've got a bin out in the van with old Sergeant stuff. Which one of these? I heard the phone just chirp. Okay, that's that. That. Where is the Sergeant one? Maybe this one. All screws are not created equal. I don't have a marking pen over here. How silly. Silly. There is the marking pen. I love those pens. Alright, so that is going that way. Yep. Alright, what do we got here? Perfectly good size. Defiant. I'll throw you guys out. I got a use for an old plug holder. Use it for something. I had a intake brass mortar cylinder Schlag. That actually... I have a whole box of them right there. So I'm going to put this right here. Schlag original mortar cylinders. Actually belongs in that box. I think I showed it 2 weeks ago during the live. Alright, so this one goes in the truck with that Sergeant. Grab a box because there were a couple of these that were supposed to go in the vehicle. Cheap. Test. I wonder why I have test written on that. Looks that's good. Old Sergeant 5-pin. That is a rim cylinder. Alright. So now this was a matter of sorting out the core bone. Do you want an L4? Where's an L4 key? L4 or D1? L4. L4 or D1? Neither. D1. Need L4. L2. L4. Upside down either way.
neither, sergeant, you can tell with the little roll pin on it, two different ones. So these are L2 cylinders, and I've got L4 mortise and Kia knobs. So let's pull this guy down. Yep, in fact, this looks like it goes here. And these were the two L4s, right? That's definitely an L4. That's regular cylinders, so, or the current cylinders. It's D1. Okay, so I think these are all L4s. Nope. D1s. I have less L4 cylinders than I think I do. And that has to be... No, that's an L2 cylinder. But it's an old guy, so I don't really care about it that much. That is a L2 cylinder too. Let me double check those, and I'll just put them in a separate plastic bag. Not L2s because they're D1s. The hell? I didn't even check that. Okay, so I'll just throw y'all over here. How about that? Well, that looks like a Corbin cylinder. Again, not the same though. So that's it. Oh, no, wait. I see one more. I see several more right here. Oh, damn. Wasn't expecting that one. Nice. Blow up a cylinder, Jason. Yeah, I know y'all were like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, that's a D1. Where's the D1s? Right here. L4. And what is this plug for? As a D1, which I have over there. Probably could have used that in that guy. So D1, D1, D1. But those are brass. And then these are all L4s. So let's do this. Put this back, and RU46s. There's some brass mixed in here, though, too. No, most of those are... No, there are some brass. So, yep, and yep. Let's keep these in a bag separate. So we can just kind of look at it and tell, like, oh, how many L4s do we have? 5, possibly. And they're all chrome, so. Here, have some of your springs back so that it doesn't cost me money for that little mistake. Here, get in there. Okay, we're good on... Yep. Corbin, Oddball, D1, L2, L4, DDD, Shishiboy, Oddballs. That's a D1 oddball. Actually, I can bring that oddball back down here, couldn't I? Doing this also helps me kind of remember how many of these cylinders I have. There's a D2. D2. Who would use a D2? If you were somebody that quotes a D2 cylinder for no reason, you should be ashamed of yourself. I don't have a... Yeah, I do have a Sergeant up there. It is unsorted, though. Yeah, it's mostly got that in it. And well, I mean, I guess it does have some of the old plugs. Sergeant. This was, shoot. Should have gone in the L4 box, huh? Oh, shit. What the hell is that? Let's just put you right there. Okay, try that again. I don't remember what I wrote test on there for, but that most likely means that it was... What is that old Corbin? Corbin oddball. Yep, you can go there. What is that? Oh, CX5. We're getting somewhere, y'all. No, I don't really have a spot for that. What is that? That's a Corbin as well. Definitely an oddball. Alright, Sergeant can go up. Can it? Oh, no. Didn't we have a Sergeant right there? Yeah. We don't really have a Sergeant mortar cylinder section. So, I guess it'll just go right there. Yep. Baldwins. Some of them are just gonna... That's a good retro cylinder that I antiqued. So, definitely I'm trying to... During this whole process, I'm trying to mate up plugs to bodies and get them back into service. It's kind of one of the things that I've been doing as I go through this process. So let's go ahead and get rid of you. I think we're about to wrap this up for now, though, y'all. Because in the truck, don't know what we're going to do with this. My task, maybe Monday morning when I come in, is to go ahead and just finish this little area. Definitely not doing it today because I don't want to. This is a mailbox cylinder. Look at that. That's one of those cylinders that has that thing on the bottom. It's actually a very expensive cylinder that is not working. There's some Corbin caps. That should probably go with those Corbin cylinders, huh? Oh, darn. Baldwin again. That was one that I just matched up the plug. Again, that's a fairly expensive cylinder. So anytime I can match up a plug that's somehow gotten loose or whatever to the original cylinder and get it keyed up and just sell it as a good cylinder. So quick set. And wiser. I don't really know why I have these. I'd probably just need a bin. They do come in handy when people bring in their old corroded crap. And I really would like to dedicate one of these bins to just being able to reach in there, grab a cylinder, and pop it in there. What's this? That's a nice Schlage rim cylinder. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Parts, just plugs of, yeah. Schlage mortise. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this down here with this Schlage box, even though it doesn't have a box it's supposed to, so. It's a nice cylinder. Nice! These need some paint removal. They probably would be nice. Imagine underneath all that is a perfectly good mortise cylinder. The paint protected it, right? It's just a matter of getting the paint off of it. Task for another day. And lastly, we had decided that was 1054 WD. Jamming, man. Oh, that's a Yale rim cylinder. We've done fairly well. Yeah. It's a rim. 1054 WD. I don't really... Okay. It's gone. I don't know how well you could hear that, but I could hear it very well. Boop. And lastly, this. Let's go ahead and collect these guys. Yep. We can use y'all. We can use you and you and you. Various caps and springs. Mortise. Mortise caps and screws, tail pieces or cams, pointless. Rim cylinder stuff, which needs a label. Yes. That goes to a Schlage. Let's put this there. Schlage or Baldwin. I would like to find... Keyway is that? What's a weird Corbin? Oh, keyway that is. In fact, we're going to put it there until we figure it out. Okay, well that'll open it up enough for me. I'm good. This plug, actually, I know where this belongs. That one is this one up here somewhere. But it was a bad cylinder, and it's a C145, and I needed it for testing purposes. Yeah, we're good. Let's just kind of shuffle these off to the side, because I do want to deal with these at another time. And they don't really have a spot yet. These two would get put in probably the soak barrel, because they do need soaking. GM. I do have an old GM up there. I don't even know if this cylinder's any good. And housings. Corbin housings. I don't think I can reach that. No, I can't reach it. And I don't know where my ladder went. So these go up there whenever I find my ladder. Yeah. Couple of slightly dented cylinders. And that's going to pretty much... I don't know what to do with this. That scorpion cylinder, we'll throw that over there. In fact, these guys, just notice that, can go... there. Alright. I guess I could cut that code key and see. But y'all want to try it? Let's see, what's the code? Somebody pull this code up for me. P9. 89 Patty 9. 89 Patty 9. Eight, 9 Patty 9. Pull that code and I'll clip a key out and see if it even works. Oh man. I'm back. Everybody got those cuts for me? I'll clip out this key. I could pull out my paper. I could get my old paperwork, pull my paper codes. Wait, should I use this one? I'm not going to use this one. Certainly hope you're not going to stay there. 'Cause I'm sitting right here watching you. I have a crap load of C blanks. Good, thank you. 23322. Boy, that's a lame bidding, isn't it? Do I believe you? That's the question. I mean, I don't think you'd lie about that. 23322. That's one of the lamest ones I've ever heard. What's your rules? It falls within the rules. 2 plus 3 plus 3 to 5, 8, 10, 12, 14. Isn't that one of the rules? This just adds up to a certain amount. Okay. I don't think you'd let me burn a key, even though I have like 100,000 of these keys on the back. Of course, we don't know if the ignition even works either, so. It always slips off the end. You gotta, yep, nope. You gotta kind of hold it. I'm deaf. Yeah. 23322. 2332222. Oh, it's crunchy, but it works. Oh, not crunchy anymore. Needs lube. We gotta lube it real quick.
think I'm missing ears though here, right? I'll throw this in one of the boxes of either eBay or giveaway or whatever. Somebody maybe wins it. I'll send them a GM ignition. That way they can take it apart and play with it because, yes, there are supposed to be ears somewhere on that ignition. Flip it. Yeah, those cartridges were here when I came along. Those were used back in the 70s, 80s, during the heyday. Trust me, though, I got my fair share of use out of them. It's probably one of the cutters slips off the end cut because they're dull as hell. Couldn't even begin to count between I've got like 5 of them. The heyday of my knowledge of making keys of cars, there were 4 in use in 4 different trucks at a time. Works good going this way. Probably one of this has, been replaced, but like it works great going to the crank position. But going back to accessory, got a little trouble there. Which is why I'm sitting around here. Excuse me. Alrighty. It's starting to rain harder outside. You want to take a little peek? Oh no, we lost the camera. That ignition is better than the new stuff? Yeah, I mean, yeah, none of these new ignitions last 50, 60 years. Some of those cars are still running on the same old ignitions. There's absolutely no beating it compared to anything now. All right, let me get a final sip of my Mississippi Cold Drip. It's so delicious and refreshing, and did I mention it's available at mscolddrip.com to those of you in the continental United States? I have a box of ball cylinders sitting here from these were going put out, and then some Bouvet. I've got like 3 or 4 of those. Those were all supposed to go in there, and yeah, I never got around to that. In fact, I'll do that today. Open up that bad boy. I really need some organization in my cylinder drawer. It's horrible. I'll show you it next week. I don't show it very often. Maybe by then I'll come up with a little bit better organization. But it's like, there's just loose cylinders in there all over the place. All helter-skelter. All mismatched and willy-whacked and just tossed in there. Well, no, they're not tossed, but they need organization. Sounds like a job for a 3D. You know what I'm thinking? Here's what I'm thinking. 3D printer. Except, there's a length cap. These drawers are pretty long. If I were to buy a 3D printer, because I've got so many loose cylinders, what about a cylinder like my plug holder? I just wouldn't want to drill the holes for this. I could probably do it in wood, too. Just get it's a lot more drilling. But, yeah, since they like the ones that have keys. Like, it would be way easier on a 3D printer, but like, boop, 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 just like half the cylinder. You know, I've come up with so many ideas. At some point, I probably will end up having to buy a 3D printer, but I know I'm gonna have to like save up for like the really good one. And I also know that you really have to do a lot of stuff that I don't want to do with a 3D printer. But I would much rather do it with wood than a 3D printer. To me, like, it's harder. I like wood over plastic. It's also more stable and nicer. So yeah, I could get like cut some pieces of wood, and then drill holes and then just set them in there, like display. I don't know why. That'd be such a ridiculous waste of time. But those are like fucking $80 cylinders now. Well, you know, some of them aren't worth that, but they're still like $60 cost. You know a place that makes them. I know. What about, you know, I always thought, I was like, I should totally become like CEO of Box and Bags Anonymous, or some kind of box and container store. For my retirement, I want to own a box, bag, and purse store so that I can just play with plastic boxes all day long. What do you think? National chain of organizing things for both tradespeople, for both like even makeup, like, you know, multi-gender, where the women can go and buy like makeup boxes and stuff, and then the husband can go over to the tool section and buy literally, lucrative deals with Milwaukee Pack Out and maybe somebody else, and then have like a whole room of 3D printers just making your own in-house stuff. It's the next brilliant idea. Who wants to fund that? Somebody send me some money. Plastic bin store. I think it would do well. Like I could take over all the Bed Bath and Beyonds. No, wait, they're already doing that.
They always have really cool things though.
It's a
The container store, but useful. Yeah, I mean, all the container stores now, like we've all been, if you have a container type store in your area, it's like, oh, you have tie racks and other stuff, but there's nothing cool. Oh, Hazardous has some lock storage. I got a tickle in my throat. Ah, look at that. Hazardous does have stuff like that. I may have to get with him. Oh, cool. Thank you for that link. Made to order. Can knob, storage tray. Yep, that's it. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I would have thought that the Locksmith crowd would have had storage trays. Can knob. Plastic box. That's exactly what I need. Thank you for that. I just don't know if I want to spend it. I started adding it up. Oh, there's a big one. Well, if I see mortise room cylinder storage tray. How many does that hold? What's that size? Let's see. It can hold 9 of them. No, 12 of them. At $20 a pop. See, that's when I come thinking to myself, do I want to spend $150 on that, where it's very specific? I mean, if I drill them, yeah. Well, you know, you're stuck with whatever that is, and he probably does do custom layouts as well. Or spend $50 on wood, $10 on a drill bit, and a couple hours drilling holes. Stamp. More expensive. No stamp, less expensive, right? But for the record, everybody who's getting one of these for free is getting them non-stamped, except for a couple of people that wanted them stamped. I can't stamp them all.
Have a good one.
See ya. That was not a Rickroll. I checked it. Big box store in a box in container is a plastic bin store. I just don't know how far you could get with nothing but plastic bins, right? I mean, if you spread out and you had like purses for the women's and for the men's purses and women's, there's nowhere that I can go right now if I wanted to maybe compare a Veto bag. See, I'm talking all encompassing. So Veto, even down to regular plastic bins. There's nowhere I can go where I can choose between, like, say, a Veto bag and a Greenlee bag or a cheap bag. And that is more of a thing you're probably going to run into with places. I mean, you'd have to get pretty big, pretty quick, and be solidified to be able to do that, obviously. Because you got to buy in a lot for those. Yeah, it's... I want a nice wood one with like 30 holes. Yeah, see, I just... ABS is cool. You know, it does stuff a lot quicker. You ain't got to drill and all that. But I just like wood stuff. I like them with the woodies. I like the woodies. It's much nicer. Very... makes you feel old schooly instead of new schooly. Lockjaw has cylinder trays. Who are you talking about? Daiso. Well, Lockthing, you're international, aren't they? Aren't you? You're not in the U.S. Like, way better. Because I don't know of either one of those. But I'm sure I could get them on Amazon, but... I don't know. I think a box store would be an awesome idea. With purses and boxes. And they get the women and the men's in there. The women's and the men's is in there all at the same time. Like if your wife was like, honey, I'm going to go to the purse store. You'd be like, yeah. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day. Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to go to the purse store. Well, they have some kind of section with something called Veto. You'd be out the door in a heartbeat, wouldn't you? Heckin' yeah. Especially if they had like I can go to one place that I know of and buy like 3 or 4 of the big bags. But like there's a whole range of small bags. And I'm talking like all Amazon zip-up bags, these places that resell bags, stuff like that. Even get custom ones done. Yeah, there ain't no place like that where you can go buy a women's purse, say, if you got big enough, one of them fancy, whatchamacallit, foodie-doody frou-frou purses. And at the same time, the husband can go shop for Milwaukee Packhouse. There's no store like that in existence, and I think there should be. I think it's a crying damn shame that there's not. We might have an issue, y'all, but there is always a resolution. That is, we might not be able to disassemble. But we're going to give it a shot because it's way past time. Well, not way past time. No, we're right on time. Lockford! Wait a minute. Now what's the worst time of day? That's okay. We're going to spend like a couple of minutes trying to shut this off because I still don't know where the remote went to. Okay. Anyway, Lock Force disassemble! This one has a check mark on it. I thought the one with the check mark actually worked, but maybe it was just a fluke. Well, what a shitty day outside, y'all. We got a camera we can pull up right here. It's starting to rain harder. Nope, wrong camera. Where's the north cam? It's a crappy day out there. Thanks again for all the super chats today, y'all. Appreciate that. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for supporting the channel. No, don't take up that spot. You parked right in front of our sign. Even though, obviously, we're not going to be that busy today. You know what? I'm still here with this padlock. I'm very irritable about this. Schlage padlock. Still hadn't located the owner. Somebody dropped off that key and their old padlock. And I guess we had the name written down. It got lost, and apparently they have completely forgotten about it as well. So I hate being stuck with a $100 padlock. Yeah, we don't know how the dual thing worked. Dual John for 400 to accept. We never. So we never really played with it, and I thought I had it disabled. So if you dual, how does that do it? Use dual. You got to put it in brackets. Yeah, try it. So you're giving him 500, but where does he get where does the 500? I didn't do that, but that's hilarious. Yeah, I think it's bugged, y'all. No, I turned it back on. I looked this up before when I turned it on. So if you get dueled, you have to duel yes. Did it say that? You got a duel no. So if you challenged Locks New York, he would have had to reply with duel yes to start. Or duel no. So, wait a minute. Did y'all do that? Y'all aren't verifying the duel. So if you get dueled, you got to reply back with duel yes or duel no.
And until you do that, you're going to get a fail. Okay, so that after that happens, ensure you have enough points for the bet before initiating or accepting a duel. How do you get the points? Where do the points come from? That's what I want to know, and you're not telling me that. Like, does everybody start with a certain number of points that I don't know about? Each duel has a set duration and ends automatically after time limit is reached. The player can only be challenged by one person at a time. Additional challenges will be rejected until current duel is resolved. The winner of the duel takes the entire bet while the loser takes the amount they wagered. I have no idea where the money comes from. Or the points. It does not tell me that at all. Points balance. Here we go. Points system. Okay, so wait a minute. Do /points to tell you how many points you have. That's all you gotta do. See you, City Lock. They're gonna duel here for a minute. I'm curious too, so we're gonna float a little bit. And see how this duel thing turns out. Okay, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Hit your enter button. Okay. And see what happens. I want to... It's not... Is it giving y'all answers? Is it telling y'all and we're not seeing it? Or is it still bugged? Still giving the invalid output? Use the term duel opponent betting amount. Or is it because nobody has points? Because... Justin... Okay, it just gave me the invalid output. Yes, there's a bug there for some reason. Join queue. Add user to the visitor queue. Let me see if I can resolve it, but I don't. There's nowhere here that says anything about points balance. Displays the user's currently loyalty points. And where do those loyalty points come from? Because you're not letting us see them. Loyalty points, no. Loyalty points disabled. Please hold. Okay, please hold. Don't type anything for a second. I got something here. I got some... Holy crap. Hold on, y'all. Watch time per 10 minutes. Okay, check this out. For every 10 minutes, we're going to do this next time because we're ending today. For every 10 minutes watching, the viewer will get 100 lock force points. Boom. Or we could do 1, or we could do 5. Oh my God, we have a whole new thing to deal with now, y'all. Get this. For every 10 minutes or whatever, X amount of time watching the user mods, we're going to have to discuss this one. We'll get 100 lock force points. For every day check-in, oh, I don't know about that. We're not going to worry about that because that's not how that works. User level. Lock force points. I can assign you guys different, like mods can have 2 times the lock force points. Oh, look at you, Wes. Look at you, Rune. But that's all changeable. I can change any of that. I guess I should pay attention to this program more. Next week, we're going to have a big-ass duel, y'all. And it is based on the amount of time you watch. So we won't get to start dueling until... Alright, I'm disabling that for now, so y'all can't screw around with it. But now we know. Thank you for that. I'm gonna keep it disabled. I know, this is lock force points. The mods should be wonderful. Yeah, these are different than the original. So these aren't the OG lock force points. But instead of 100, I can do 1 per 10 minutes of watching. I mean, it's gonna have to say so. We're gonna have to keep the original, so we're gonna have to call it something else. but these are JBot. Yes, these. This is an exactly. This is a job for JBot. Exactly. This is awesome. So starting next week, as you're watching, you will be accumulating points, and then as you accumulate a certain number of points, you can duel with each other. Okay, what about the raffle? Ooh, how exciting. Yeah, you're definitely going to let JBot deal with this. Points. Woohoo. Viewer queue loyalty points. What else did we have over here? We had raffles. So does that base on points too? Allows the user to enter a running raffle. Yeah, that's more from me and the mods. We're not worried about that. Chat GTP. I didn't think we could use this until thought this had to have a paid subscription. Thought so. That has to be set up. Yeah, and I'm not paying for that. So that's pretty neat. Duel. Y'all can get into little duels. I'm not gonna let it overtake. We're not gonna run it all the time. Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure out how the points will get assigned. For sure. Sword fighting. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. We'll leave it up and let everybody build up points though, for sure. And I guess there's a way for me to set maybe initial points for everybody. A neat little fun thing that we can add into it. Anyway, today we are done. That's the end of this video. So I appreciate each and every one of you for joining in with me today. And y'all have a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day. We should dedicate the last 10 minutes of live to duel. That's a good idea. Everybody start dueling with each other. That way you get built up. And if you lose all your points, then you just have to wait till the end of live next week. Another thing that we were going to do is last week, and we had said this, is we bounced over to I hadn't really mentioned it. It's usually only talked about in the secret chat, and we're not to the secret chat yet. How do you get points? By watching, but it's not active yet. I'm going to activate it next week. So like every X amount of time you spent watching, you get X amount of points. So that way everybody who's watching can get points accumulated. So you wouldn't be able to even do much in the beginning unless you wanted to duel for a very small amount of points. And I don't even know how many points you're going to get per 10 minutes or per 20 minutes or whatever, if we remember. Thank you for that disclaimer. Yeah, so points next week. We'll figure that out. I didn't even know that was how that worked. Now we know. It's actually been there, and I've just never investigated it. So yes, over on the Discord, the LockForce Discord, which I don't have an active invitation link up for. Last week we actually got on voice chat and all that, and I did not. I don't have time for that today. I've got to go do something else. So while I would love to join you, some people are over on the LockForce Discord. Unfortunately, I can't, but I will log in real quick just to on my device once I get shut down from live to make sure any new members, because in fact, let me do that real quick. I haven't done that lately. Let me make sure everybody's permissions are set and all that. And there are a few of you who do join in. I just won't be able to right now because I kind of have to go do something that I forgot about. bad, Jason. So let me just check the members right now. Make sure everybody. I'm so bad about this. I need to set a mod. I'm gonna. I think I set Rune as a mod. People. Where are they? Where's the members list? See, oh, look, Chuck posted the baby Crown Royal bags on the Discord. Holy crap. Now, I don't really want to go to, I didn't really have plans to go to the liquor store. But now that I've seen baby bags, I kind of really want one pretty damn bad. Did we get any new members that I haven't adjusted yet? We did not after last week's. A little recent spurt. It seems like everybody is where they're supposed to be. Yep, that's good. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, yes. He had to set up 2FA, so it was good. Discord members only. Yeah, I mean, we've been keeping it secret, so y'all are, I don't know how many of y'all are here. Some of y'all are already there. It's not very active, but of course with Discord, it's just another place to randomly chat. But here's a current link invite if you want an updated one. So I'll keep an eye on it. I think Rune, do you have the ability to assign roles to members? I think I may have to check that in your settings. So yeah, a couple of people were on the voice channel. And I'm gonna go over there now that I posted this. I know I'm gonna get a few extra members. So you click that link and it'll give you the invite to Discord. Not very many people active yet, but as it grows, I'll invite more and more. I don't ever plan on like posting it on the channel so that a bunch of people come in or anything like that. I'm kind of keeping it strictly to Block Force, you guys. So anybody who's here watching us, welcome to join in. But by no means do it if you've never worked. Only do it if you already are on Discord. It's that type of thing. Like if you're already on Discord actively, it's just another channel for you to, be part of, or if you want to. But personally, stay the hell off of social media, except for YouTube. You gotta watch the channel right now. I mean, there's no point getting Discord because there's nothing really that exciting on our channel. There are some exciting Discords out there, and there are a lot of them out there. So, not to dissuade you from it, but don't do it just for that. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. Not worth it, definitely. So, anyway, we're done. We gotta go. Y'all have a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I think we're going out to eat tonight in the rain. Nasty, icky, yucky rain. But it is what it is. So y'all have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next video. I can't remember. I mean, let me type this. I'm always bad about letting J-Bot do this crap, but happy Saturday, y'all. But they have 2 servers. Yeah, there's an actual Locksmith one that is actually fairly active. And I'm not really posting my link over onto their Discord. I'm not trying to pull people from there. I kind of want ours to just be the OG. All I have is like OG and then regular Locksmith, and everybody's kind of getting the same role right now. I don't honestly understand it a whole lot myself. So yeah, that's me. It's like I may open it up every so often to see what's going on, but I'm not overly concerned with it. 3 new members, so let me get y'all joined in here if you're still listening. I see Justin T there. We're gonna add you, that, and that. Yep, and let's see. Yep, and that. So if I leave it open, at least it'll beep for me, right? And then we're going to pop that there. I'm going to hope everybody's a locksmith. All right, so I need to go take some stomach stuff. My stomach's been bothering me for the past couple of days. I ate some food that didn't agree with me the other day. And ever since then, I've been like, my problem, not yours. Y'all have a great one. I'll keep an eye on Discord for any last minute joiners so I can get your roles assembled so that y'all can do whatever you want to do over there. And then I'll check in later tonight. Like from now until late tonight, I'm going to kind of be offline. I'm not going to have a whole lot of time to do anything online. So y'all have a great one, and happy Mother's Day again. We'll see you next video that comes out.